Hi, I'm Eden Lane. Thanks for visiting our Kickstarter project. For the past 3 years, we've produced a weekly program for our PBS station featuring the arts and creative community. And all of America has a vibrant creative community that ranges from theater, dance, and music to visual arts, writers, filmmakers, designers, and so much more, and in every corner of the country, and many right here on Kickstarter. But it seems that most media attention is focused only on those who are already well known or have celebrity appeal. So, this summer, we'll take our work on the road. Together, we'll meet some of these creative people, explore their work, and how they see themselves as part of their community. We go behind the scenes with major ballet companies and meet the choreographers and dancers. Take you into the artist studios and let them discuss their work. Visit special programs integrating the arts and education. Now, to give you a better sense of the series, here are some clips of past episodes and some testimonials by subjects and teammates from our local edition called In Focus.
The In Focus show and with Eden is that she is so well researched. A lot of journalists and writers and TV media personalities will do an interview without really knowing much about the actor or the show. And Eden is so wonderful because she comes to every show. She won't do an interview unless she's seen the show. And she also is very, very well researched, more so than anyone I've ever worked with, I think, in this business. And she really makes the actors feel special and that the interview is about them, not just about the job they're doing.
You talk about the reaction when you see some of the audience afterward. The look on their face, even though you don't, I'm going to paraphrase you, even though you didn't know them before, you can see that they're changed for having been in the audience. What does that mean and how does that feel?
This is interesting because we're talking about my soul now. Mm-hmm. And this has always been a job to me, a job that I love. I take it seriously, But at the end of the day, that I'm an actor. Well, I want to still be able to say that, but I have to do daily work to remind myself that I am just an actor in this. Mm. And part of it is because of the way that the audience receives me when I come out of the theater.
I think the thing about Eden that sets her apart with In Focus TV is that she always comes to the table knowing exactly what she's talking about. She does not come in asking questions that can be found on our website, for example.
When you're selecting members of the company to perform in a smaller piece, instead of having the huge corps de ballet, what's the thought process in selecting the dancers who will be cast in your piece?
That's a good question, and a lot of times it can vary by a lot of things. I love, when I'm creating work, I love having parameters already kind of start causing decisions, because you have to start somewhere, and creating art is really about having a problem and solving that problem. Mm-hmm. And the thing that I'm excited about is that it's a very different cast than you might typically see, and that's another thing that we always look to do, is pair dancers together that haven't necessarily danced together before.
We can find more than celebrity sightings and sound bites at red carpet events. This charming filmmaking couple is a great example. During their interview, they offered advice to young filmmakers.
What's the best advice?
Well, I would say, first of all, you don't necessarily need to be in LA to make an independent film, and in fact, I would advise against it. LA is really expensive. And if you have a good story, and anyone has access to a camera, you don't have to be in LA to have that. And just wherever you're at, get a camera, write a script, or get some talented friends together.
I think the best advice is just keep making movies. As she said, wherever you are, it's not that expensive to get a digital camera and some editing software, and just keep making films. Keep making them. Don't ask permission. Never stop. You should never want to be a filmmaker. You should be a filmmaker.
Meeting the creative team early in a project allows us to bring you a special glimpse inside their work. And that's often the best time to find out how they feel their work fits into the world around them. Here's a glimpse of my conversation with director Surette Scott.
I think that anytime you have a story that is topical like this, and you can read about it in the newspaper, you can see it on CNN and some of the other broadcasts, you can sit there and say, oh my goodness, I didn't even know this was happening. It's troubling. Theater gives access in a way that is so extraordinary, even more than film or TV, because in front of you, this event is taking place in this immediate moment. You can take these kinds of stories and everybody will be in the Congo and dealing with this at that moment. You don't have anything that separates you.
In Focus has helped me develop a true sense of pride in the community, in the Denver metropolitan area where I've lived my entire life, but I didn't even realize there was so much of a creative, vibrant community all around us. I think that is something that the program can bring to communities all over the country. People everywhere don't even realize how much truly wonderful culture and arts surround them in their everyday lives. It might be hidden, but a show like In Focus can bring it out and let people take pride in their own communities and realize that they live in a great place, a place that nurtures the arts and nurtures culture, literature, film, theater, art, dance, everything.
It's important to have this kind of show that brings people to the arts and the humanities and brings the arts and humanities to people and bring it down to a human aspect. It's what we do, and it's something that needs to be brought to on a national basis.
We really need this kind of programming on a national level that's sharing what's happening throughout our country in the arts.
A lot of people cover theater and the arts, but few cover it as in depth as Eden Lane does. She really has her finger on the pulse of what's going on in the arts community.
She brings such incredible perspective to the arts and the community in Denver, and I know that she would be able to do so on a national level with incredible success.
In Focus is about the best there is in our lives, and it's all around us.
The creative people we'll meet are as intriguing as their work, and we invite you to become part of our team by clicking one of those green buttons. Join us as we explore America with a creative focus. Thank you. We can't wait to get started.